My name is Brian Feltman. I am an associate professor of history at Georgia Southern University. I've been here for 11 years now. The thing that I really enjoy about teaching at Georgia Southern University is the variety of students that I get to interact with. I have a lot of students who, like myself, are first generation students and are kind of really struggling during their initial time at Georgia Southern. And I get some students who decided to come here, when they could have gone somewhere like UGA or Georgia Tech, and then you get everything in between. And so I really like the diversity of students that I get to teach here. So the experience that I think got me into my love for history was a class I took in my junior year at Clemson University, and it was a class on German history with a guy named Donald McHale. And he just really inspired me. The way that he taught made me want to go out and find information for myself. I always tell people that his class was the first time in my life that I wanted to read for the sake of reading. And so it was, my really good experience with one professor that made me really fall in love with history. And I try to remember that. I try to remember that my interactions with students can really set them on a path to what they eventually want to do. So an area of history that I love that I don't ever really get to discuss is the subject of archives. I spend a lot of time in archives in the summer in Germany, and I absolutely love that process of going through and putting a puzzle together. You go into an archive with an idea of what you think you're going to find, and then very often you find something completely different. And so I love that process, and I think that anyone who knows me knows that I like to talk about how archives are changing, because with online auctions like eBay, the popularity of estate sales, a lot of things that used to go into traditional archives are now finding their way onto these online websites, and they're becoming commercialized. And so I really think that as historians, we're going to have to start to think differently about where we look for sources, because a lot of things that used to end up in archives are now being sold online. And so I think that's absolutely fascinating, and it never really comes up in my classes.